we're going to start our evening. This is going to be a St. Joseph celebration. We're going to start our evening with pasta. We're going to use a pound of pasta and 2 cans of sauce. And if you don't have time to make sauce from scratch, you can doctor it up by sauteing a little onion, a little garlic, and adding a can of diced tomatoes. And then St. Joseph's Day, the substitute is hard-boiled eggs for the meat, because St. Joseph's Day usually falls during Lent, and we can't have meat during Lent, so the hard-boiled eggs are substituted in the sauce for the meat. Okay, and with that we're going to have coarse garlic bread. So we're going to use 1 loaf of bread. We're going to toast it. Just a few of those sprigs of parsley, more for color than anything. I used about 6 cloves of garlic, which I minced, and about 1/4 of a cup of butter. I'm going to melt it and then put it on the bread. And then St. Joseph's Day, with our spaghetti, we use crumbs because they represent the sawdust that would be on the floor of St. Joseph's, wherever he was doing his carpentry. So I have a cup of breadcrumbs. We made these crumbs ourselves, but you can just buy regular plain breadcrumbs. And to 1 cup, I have 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of butter that I'm going to saute in a pan. And for dessert tonight, we'll have Sfingy, which is a traditional St. Joseph's dessert. And for that, we have a cup of water, a cup of flour, 1/4 of a cup of butter, a tablespoon of sugar, 4 eggs, and the zest of an orange, or at least about a teaspoon of zest, a few sprinkles of cinnamon, and we'll cook that all in some vegetable oil. So let's get started.
Okay, cooking.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so the water is boiling. The water is boiling for the pasta. When you cook pasta, make sure you salt the water really, really well, so it should taste like the ocean. We're just putting the whole pound in here, and usually to al dente should take about 7 minutes to cook. Okay, so I'm doing that, and while she's doing that, I've boiled the water for the Sfingy, and added the butter, and as soon as the butter is melted, I'll take it off the heat, and then add the flour all at once. So that should be coming up here. Looks good. Alright, okay. Alright, so, okay, and once the flour has been added, you'll get and the sugar, you'll get a nice ball, and it'll pull away from the sides. It's going to be very stiff. You have to just keep on beating that until you get a nice, smooth, there you go. And cleaning the edges. When you're good. Ready? So then you'll add your eggs one at a time. And it's a nice custardy kind of consistency that you have with that. Then I'm going to just put a little bit of zest. It says about a teaspoon. And this, of course, is optional. You could use no zest or almond if you would like. But this is, again, what our family did, so it was traditional. And a few sprinkles of cinnamon, just a very, very few, to kind of bring out the flavor of the orange. And that is the batter. Okay, so I'm making the crumbs right now. I put in the 2 tablespoons of butter and I melted it. I threw in a cup of breadcrumbs, and 3 tablespoons of sugar. So we're just going to keep kind of moving it around, because it's going to, once it gets going, it's going to start browning up pretty fast, and so you got to keep an eye on it. And I think,
okay, and I'm doing the sauce. I'm adding a little more sauce here, second can. And I'm adding the tomatoes, diced tomatoes. And I've been sauteing my onions and garlic, which I will put in there now. And I put in the hard-boiled eggs, which you want them to simmer a little bit in the sauce to take on the flavor, and the sauce will be ready. And so will the pasta in a few minutes.
I cut the loaf in half and I broiled both sides. Now some people when they make garlic bread, they do it in the oven where they put all the stuff in, they wrap it in foil. That's fine, but that's not the way I like it. I like to first toast my bread under the broiler, and then I melt my butter and my garlic and my parsley, and then I just spread it on. Doesn't that look yummy? Yum! Okay, so
it's looking really, really good.
It smells so good too. And then you can just keep it warm, like in the oven, a low oven, and it will stay nice and crisp. And I just love it this way. I think the garlic just tastes, I don't know, it just has a fresher taste. Doesn't that look so good? And that's really all you have to do. So you could even do it ahead of time, getting the bread toasted and then warming up the butter and the garlic and the parsley. And you don't have to do the parsley.
And the crumbs are done. So I'm going to just leave that over here. The crumbs are looking nice and brown and toasted. Ready to go if you've got a bowl of that. And it looks like that heat on the you got it.
Yep, I did.
Why don't you go ahead and do that, because this looks like this one is
ready to go? Okay. And one of the reasons that we decided to do this is because we want to recapture some of the recipes that we grew up with our mom and dad, who are, now since passed, and our aunts and uncles, and this is something that we always looked forward to, so we thought we would see if we could recapture that time and that wonderful flavor.
A good Italian cooking, I think, is basically simple.
Yeah.
It always tastes very, very good, but it's not complicated. And all I'm doing with this dough is dropping it by teaspoonful into this nice bubbly fat. And I think that one of the tricks to it is turning them over before they've been in there too long. Because once they start cooking too much on one side, they're difficult to turn over. Oh, then they just fluff up.
The pasta's finished, Rose, and just so you know, we cooked it al dente, and it just has to have a little bite to it. Not completely cooked, but anyhow, go ahead, Rose.
And I'm just going to put a couple ladles full of the sauce to keep the pasta from sticking.
They look really good.
Yeah. Let's see. And maybe another one.
Okay. Sfingy are about ready to come out, so.
Okay, now the pasta's ready for the plating, which we will do in a minute.
Oh, these look really good. Oh, yum. Now, everyone does differently. Some people put powdered sugar on. We tried that. Some people put honey. Some people put granulated, which is kind of what we remember doing. And I think, where did I put the, oh, it's right in front of me. So, you can either just sprinkle that, or you can put on the powdered sugar. Should I open one up? You can see what it looks like? And a batch is going to make probably about 4 dozen. Right. Ooh, look at that. Aren't they beautiful? Yum. Good work. Gosh.
Okay, the pasta is cooked, and we've tossed a little bit of the sauce in with it, and we added the eggs. And a little sprinkle of fresh basil, and the crumbs are good to go here. And we're going to add a salad.
We have a nice green salad. Our garlic bread is all done. That looks yummy. Y'all have to join us again. We're going to be tackling Easter dinner in just a couple of weeks. Yeah, so we're going to be doing some recipes also that some unique dessert recipes, and not really sure what we're doing yet, actually.
A few crumbs, that looks good. Okay. Well, until we do the Easter thing, it's 3 visitors